What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle, and today I wanted to talk about the 7 Hermetic principles that could be found in the Kybalion. So the Kybalion is actually a book that was published in the early 1900s under the pseudonym The Three Initiates. And no one really knows who the 3 initiates are, but the book does say that they are the chosen protectors of the Hermetic teachings, and the Kybalion is the essence of the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. So who is Hermes Trismegistus? Hermes Trismegistus is actually associated with 2 gods. One being the Hermetic or Egyptian god Thoth, who was the god of writing and wisdom, magic, the moon, and balance. He ruled over death as well. It was said that he created the written word. The Greeks actually believed that he created all knowledge on earth as well as in the heavens. He's also associated with the Greek god Hermes, who was the god of trade and luck and wealth, fertility, language, travel, and thieves. So the 2 gods were actually worshipped as one in Hellenistic Egypt, and the Greeks actually believed that Hermes was an incarnation of Thoth, and they named him Hermes Trismegistus, which means thrice great, greatest of all philosophers, greatest of all kings, and greatest of all priests. So the Kybalion is the essence of the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus. And it basically gives us insight to how the universe works. The 7 Hermetic principles can also be called the 7 universal laws. It actually says that Hermes Trismegistus is the father of occultism, and all esoteric teachings as well as all religions have their origin in Hermetic teachings. Even the ancient teachings in India have their origin in Hermetic teachings. So I'm just going to briefly go over each one of the principles. Also, I will put timestamps in the description box if you want to refer to a specific principle. Number 1, the law of mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is mental. The Kybalion. So the all is basically matter, energy, anything that is apparent to our material senses. And what this is saying is our thoughts create our reality. Anything that we think about constantly, especially with emotion behind it, we will manifest in our lives. Think about prayer or affirmations. This is why those things work. Our thoughts absolutely dictate what we will manifest in our lives. This is why it's super important to be mindful of the things that we are thinking about and constantly telling ourselves, like,
I'm broke, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm poor.
The more we say those things, the more we will manifest those things in our lives. Think about the phrase, speak it into existence. If you want to see positive things in your life, you have to think positive things. The second law is the law of correspondence. As above, so below. As below, so above. The Kybalion. So to correspond means to agree or match almost exactly. And this basically means that there's nothing happening on the macro level that isn't happening on the micro level. We can see this in nature. Look at a nebula compared to our eyes, or even a hurricane compared to a galaxy. Look at the Fibonacci or golden spiral that we see all throughout nature. Everything that's happening on a macro level is absolutely happening on a micro level. This also ties into the law of mentalism as well, because anything that we are manifesting inwardly we will see in our outward environment. The universe is neutral and it only responds yes. So the things that we are putting out, the universe will absolutely give us more of. The third law is the law of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. The Kybalion. We are energy. Everything is energy and everything has a frequency. Every atom is constantly vibrating at different speeds. Everything in the universe vibrates, and we also have the ability to tune into different vibrations or frequencies. So this is where we get the law of attraction. Think about that feeling that you get when something really, really good or exciting happens, or if you won a bunch of money. If you can remember that feeling and tune into that frequency whenever you want, you can continue to manifest those really, really awesome things in your life. This is how the law of attraction works. I focus on abundance, I think abundance, and then I tune into the frequency of abundance. I will be abundant. This also works with the people in our lives. If you find yourself constantly attracting the same type of people that are no good, people that want to use you, people that want to hurt you, you can absolutely raise your vibration and tune into another frequency. Think about a radio station. If you don't like what's playing on the radio, what are you going to do? Change the station, right? So you can absolutely do that in your life as well. The fourth law is the law of polarity. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. The Kybalion. So this is about duality. There are no opposites. Opposites are just extremes of the same exact thing. Think about a spectrum. On one end you might have happy, on the other end there's sad. They are both feelings. On one end you might have hot, but the other end you have cold. They are both temperatures. On one end you might have slow, other end will be fast, but those are both speeds. So they are the same exact thing, and we can easily shift from one pole to the next depending on where we are. Polarity is also subjective because who can say where fast begins and where slow ends? It's all depending on the person. What's cold to you may be hot to me, and vice versa. This actually helps us become more aware of ourselves and our feelings. Kybalion actually says that you can change the vibration of hate to the vibration of love because they are the same thing, emotion. The fifth law is the law of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. Pendulum swing manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. The Kybalion. Everything repeats itself in cycles. It's ebb and it's flow. Think about the seasons or day and night, death and rebirth, empires that rise and fall. Everything goes in and out. It's a rhythm. It's a cycle. Basically, this means that nothing lasts forever. Winter always turns to spring. Our hardships and our struggles will never last forever. And likewise, the good times will not last forever as well. I feel like this gives us hope because even when we are in a dark place, we know that things will change eventually. The sixth law is one of my favorites, the law of cause and effect. Everything has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for the law not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. The Kybalion. So this is karma, Everything happens for a reason, and there are no chance happenings. Every cause has an effect, no matter how small or big. Everything happens for a reason. It also goes back to mentalism and correspondence as well, because the causes that we are making, we will absolutely manifest those effects in our lives as well. So we have to be mindful of the causes that we're making, and our thoughts, our words, and our actions are all causes. The final law or principle is the law of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. The Kybalion. So this is not about sex or physical gender, speaking more so about energies. Everything has a masculine and feminine energy. Everything has a negative and positive. This kind of goes back to the law of polarity. So the masculine energy manifests as reason or logic, analytical thinking, power, drive, will. Think about the left side of your brain. Masculine energy is more expressive. Feminine energy manifests as imagination, creativity, intuition, empathy. Think about the right side of your brain. Feminine energy is more receptive. Most of the time, these energies manifest themselves in a physical way. For instance, women tend to be more feminine and men tend to be more masculine. That does not have to be the case. Every person has both of these energies. Every man has feminine energy and every woman has masculine energy. It all ties into polarity because some of us may be further on the left side than the right and vice versa. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have all masculine energy without feminine energy, and you cannot have all feminine energy without masculine energy. They are both needed to create. Think about a magnet or a battery with the negative and positive charges. You need them both. It's all about balance. So we can also use the law of polarity here as well, because if we are being more masculine, more aggressive, we can tap into that feminine energy and try to display more empathy or nurturing. So that is it for the 7 Hermetic principles. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I know that it was really a brief run through of each one. I do encourage you to read the Kybalion on your own. It's not a long read and it's really interesting. They go way more in depth than I did. I do have a PDF copy, so if you would like me to send you that copy, please just drop it in the comments. I will be more than happy to do that free of charge. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know whenever I drop a video, because I'm not really on a schedule right now. I'm kind of just like whenever I have the time, I will try to drop a video. So thank you so much. I will see you next time.